Hey guys, and welcome to this preview of another title showdown involving Chelsea. This time, Chelsea are at home and they are playing London rivals Arsenal. Well, this match, this match is another one of the defining moments in this season. The rest of the chasing pack will be praying for Arsenal to win to dent Chelsea's title hopes a bit. But, if Chelsea win, then they're going to win the league. It's as simple as that. I said about a week or two back, I think when I did the preview for the Liverpool and Chelsea game, that if Chelsea come through this week unscathed, then they will win the league. Now, on Tuesday, they drew 1-1 with Liverpool. Now, that might have seemed like a bad result until they saw that Arsenal lost at home to Watford and Tottenham drew 0-0 with Sunderland. So, for them, it may seem like only a point, but because the rest of their title rivals did not win, then it's a point in the right direction. So, literally, they're literally unscathed so far. But, there's always a chance. There's always a chance that any team can win in this league. So don't rule out Arsenal just yet. Because, if I look at them, because I can't really see them beating Chelsea because they never ever they never ever perform in the big games. It's only like once a season where they have a really good performance in a big game on average. So anyway, let's see. They've already showed this season that they have the capability of beating Chelsea. A 3-0 mauling is nothing small. But it's been a lot has happened since that game in September. I mean, like Chelsea have gone up, 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 up. For Chelsea, that was their lowest point of the season. As for Arsenal, well, that was probably their highest point of the season so far. And since then, it's just been a downward, downward, downward curve. So let's just hope for the league that Arsenal can do something at least. But look, taking away from the rest of the title chasers now. If you look at Arsenal only, they simply have to win to get anything out of this title race. Even a draw is not really good enough, to be honest. They have to win. They really do have to win. And if they don't, then that's the title race for Arsenal over for another year. But it's if I really wanted to say that Arsenal could win, I'd only be lying. So Chelsea will probably will win, but let me go through the previews and through the battles and I'll make up my mind. Now, manager battle. This one would be pretty close on a normal day, but Arsene Wenger is in the stand. He's gonna have to sit with the Chelsea fans. Bet he won't enjoy that. But Antonio Conte, really, apart from those couple of games in September and the loss to Tottenham, everything has gone right for Chelsea this season. So, Antonio Conte will have a right to be happy. And Roman Abramovich might finally let a manager stay for longer than 3 years. Who knows? That the day that happens, it will be a miracle. But really, Chelsea have been a cut above this season. There is no denying that. So, good job from Antonio Conte. So Antonio Conte wins the manager battle. Now, the goalkeeper battle. Thibaut Courtois versus Petr Cech. Now, if you go back to June 2015, Thibaut Courtois had just ousted Petr Cech at Chelsea, and Petr Cech was pretty frustrated at this because he still wanted to be playing in week in, week out. So he decided that he wanted to leave. Arsenal came in for him. Okay, I think we know the story now, by now. Unless you have nothing to do with football, I think you know the story by now. So, Petr Cech's now at Arsenal, and he's been doing relatively okay. He's had quite a few sloppy mistakes, to be honest. Not mistakes that he would have made at Chelsea. So maybe that's down to a decrease in the quality of defense. But I mean, Petr Cech is still a top class goalkeeper. And for me, I think Petr Cech wins this battle because Thibaut Courtois can make really rash decisions at times, and that I don't remember. I think I can only remember Petr Cech ever once being sent off. I think it was a game against Wigan in the last decade, and so that just gives me the edge. Slightly more reliable, but in terms of ability, these two are two of the best in the world. But for a goalkeeper, you've to have reliability. So that's why I go for Petr Cech for this one. Now, I'm gonna do two defensive battles here. The first one is Laurent Koscielny versus Gary Cahill. Well, this one, my decision making in this one is pretty similar to the first one, except that the Chelsea player Gary Cahill wins this time. Now, these are two of the best defenders in the Premier League. Ability-wise, Laurent Koscielny is one of the best in Europe. Ability-wise, Gary Cahill is in the bracket below. But in defense and the goalkeeper positions, you have to have reliability, just like I said for the goalkeepers, which is why I'm going to go here for a draw. Because Laurent Koscielny wins in ability, but Gary Cahill wins for me in reliability. So that's the point for me. So the second defensive battle, well, it's a bit of a mix like between defense and midfield, because the Chelsea player that I'm picking is a wing back, and that's technically not a defender. But I'm not going to get bogged down in the details. So the defender I'm picking for Chelsea is Victor Moses, and the defender that I'm picking for Arsenal is Hector Bellerin. Victor Moses, well, the Nigerian has been absolutely rejuvenated this season. I mean, under Jose Mourinho, even let's just count the 3 seasons he had under Jose Mourinho. The first season that Jose Mourinho came back to Chelsea, Jose Mourinho loaned him out to Liverpool. There he did okay and nearly won the league. But I mean, I'm pretty sure he would have wanted to play at Chelsea. Then the season afterwards, he was loaned out to Stoke, and I mean, he did very well there as well. And then he was loaned out to West Ham last season. He did well in the opportunities that he had, but to be honest, he was quite frustrated with injury. So I mean, Antonio Conte comes, and for some reason, like in a position that I never thought Victor Moses could be, he has excelled. So I mean, that's good for Chelsea and good for Nigeria, obviously. Now, Hector Bellerin. Hector Bellerin, for me, he's the best out-and-out fullback in the Premier League right now. I mean, in terms of ability, maybe not in terms of form. I mean, he's had an injury, well, a couple of niggly injuries, and that's kind of disrupted his momentum. But ability-wise, he is the best out-and-out fullback in the Premier League. So, I mean, well, you know what they say, form is temporary, class is permanent. And, you know, that's my opinion on Hector Bellerin. But in this battle, I'm gonna have to go based on form, which means that Victor Moses wins this battle. So that is 1-1 in terms of the battles. Now I'm gonna do two midfield battles. The first one is between Francis Coquelin and Nemanja Matic. Okay, right. I don't need to talk about this one too much. Nemanja Matic is a reliable, good, strong, really, got a rocket shot. And then Coquelin is just this. He's just this reckless. I mean, good sometimes, but not. I mean, you can't trust him, and he makes really, really idiotic decisions sometimes. So for that one, Nemanja Matic wins. Now, the final battle in the midfield, it's Mesut Ozil for Arsenal and Eden Hazard for Chelsea. Eden Hazard, well, I mean, he's had a good season so far. I mean, not as good as the season where he won Player of the Year, but I mean, at least 100 times better than last season. So, I mean, that's pretty good for him. And he's a player that impresses me sometimes, a lot of the time. I mean, if you look at pure ability, Eden Hazard is the best player in the Premier League. But I mean, joint with Alexis Sanchez. But like, I mean, he's a bit erratic sometimes. I mean, he can go completely missing in a game, like he did it against Liverpool. But sometimes he can be at the center of everything, you know. So he's ability wise best player in the Premier League. Mesut Ozil though, I mean I'm gonna go for Eden Hazard here because Mesut Ozil, my problem with him is that he does not perform in the big games. I mean when you're playing your Swanseas and your Halls, you know, he shines. But when it comes to the big moments, to moments that really matter, you know, like I mean, Man City, Man United. He goes missing in those games. You know, that's why so many people doubt his status as a world class player. But in terms of ability, he is a world class player. But Eden Hazard wins this battle. Now, this battle is probably, I mean, if this was April or May, we would be talking about the battle of Player of the Year. But it's February and it's between Diego Costa and Alexis Sanchez, the striker battle. Diego Costa, if you in terms of he just has this knack like Thomas Muller of being in the right place at the right time. I mean, ability wise, he's not in for me. Ability wise, he's not in the top 10. But I mean, scoring goals is all that matters for a striker, and he is a prime example of scoring goals. So I mean, he's a pretty good striker. But for this one, I'm gonna have to go for Alexis Sanchez because Alexis Sanchez not only scores goals, he creates loads of chances for his Arsenal teammates who can be pretty wasteful at times. But I mean, you can't really blame Alexis Sanchez, and that is why Alexis Sanchez wins this battle. So Chelsea win the battles 3-2, and I also think that the result is going to go the same way. I think Chelsea will win 2-1 or 3-1. I think Arsenal will score, but I think Chelsea will win. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.